question in the evolution. Okay, you have all this data, right? If you're working for an agency where you're servicing multiple brands, or if you're a brand that has a ton of data assets, you're constantly asking the question, how do I turn data into business value, right? Everybody is saying, hey, data is the new oil. Everybody's saying that, but how do we translate this? How do we translate data into business value? But the first thing you have to do is turn data into decisions. Okay, I'm going to abstract and sort of put a high level process around this so that we can now go into the case study and see how this works in the real life, right? How do you turn data into decisions? Well, there's kind of you can think of it in your mental model. Again, think of it as sort of a course process. I mean, of course, you will end up finding out that in your own world, you probably have to calibrate this process somewhat. But coarsely speaking, what you might want to do is you want to take your data, use triangulation. We're going to talk more about triangulation next class, but you want to use triangulation to understand, get a sense for what channels are doing for you. Use platform reporting, GA reporting to say, okay, what is one saying, what the other saying? Can I get a good sense? Many of the channels will have same decisions. You'll be like, well, both GA and platform are saying this is working really well. Okay, we should continue investing in this channel. Well, both GA and platform are saying this channel is not working well. So we probably like divest away from this in this channels. And some channels are not, aligned very well. Okay, now I got a sense for what these channels are doing, probably make these decisions. On these channels, I need to dial in and tighten up the estimates. And that's when you can use an MMM. And then use an MMM. Most of the times what you'll find is that MMMs are poorer quality estimates than incrementality tests. Incrementality tests will give the best estimate, best quality estimate of contribution and efficiency of a channel. But it takes a lot of time to run, and you cannot keep running tests all the time for all channels. But MMMs are a really good general purpose tool for estimating contribution across channels, right? So that very quickly you can get a good estimate, tighten up the estimates across all of these channels. So now you get a more dialed in understanding of channels contribution and efficiency in driving your business outcomes, okay? Now what you can do is you can take that and turn all of the data into testable decisions. This is an important concept that you want to take away, which is now you're saying, okay, now I'm going to believe that this data, I'm going to believe that this is my efficiency for this channel, this is my efficiency for this channel. I have the whole matrix. I'm going to now reallocate my portfolio in a way it creates more bang for the buck, creates more efficiencies. I'm going to take dollars away from less efficient channels as reported by MMM and other triangulation data I have, and into channels that are reporting more efficiency. I'm going to see how the channels stack up, right? This is what I call testable decisions. Okay, you go through like a mock sort of approach for creating decisions. Nice thing about this is that you'll create decision queue. These are all the decisions I'm making. I would scale up on OTT. I would scale down in branded search, or whatever it is your decisions are, right? But once you have this decision queue, you can feed the decision queue not just with data-driven decisions, but also more strategic decisions that are first principles based. Maybe you have a sense for some creative approach. You want to probably target the heartstrings with your creative as opposed to talk about offers and be more objective about what it drives for you, right? Maybe there are different approaches for how you communicate the brand and the brand value. And those are all probably different theses for how to go to market. They can also be things that are tested. So you create a decision queue of testable decisions. Then you bring in incrementality testing, right? Now you have decisions that you can actually test into. You use incrementality testing to figure out which decisions actually pan out, which decisions don't pan out. And then you figure out, make those decisions and turn that into value, right? I think it was Savita, you were talking about this yesterday about there was some comment you made about whether you're testing the strategy, the media mix strategy in market. That's the idea here. You kind of get to a thing, decisions or strategy that you want to deploy. Then you bring in testing, and now it's much more tailored. You're not kind of testing a wide swath of things, but you're testing something much more narrow, and you have much more likely to succeed and identifying decisions that you can deploy in market and get value for your business.